Good evening, children. Welcome to your video for determiners. We'll be discussing the various types of determiners and their uses. Please excuse me for my broken voice. I have a throat infection, and that's the reason I'm sounding like this. I'll try to be as discreet and as clear as possible. So determiners basically determine the noun. What does this determination involve? It is identifying the noun and specifying the noun. Right? You identify that this is a noun or a noun is about to come, and you specify it also. Specifically mention what is the purpose of that noun, or the number of the noun, or maybe who does the noun belong to, or how is the noun being distributed, so on and so forth. That's the purpose of determiner. It gives clarity to speech. A sentence becomes more meaningful. A person is able to understand clearly the intention behind speaking. Now, determiners can be broadly divided into three types. There are these predeterminers, there are these central determiners, and there are these post-determiners. We will be concentrating on the central determiners. That's a part of your syllabus. Predeterminers and post-determiners we will be taking up later in higher classes. Now, if we divide it, predeterminers are multipliers, intensifiers, and fractional expressions, while post-determiners are ordinal and general ordinal. What we are about to concentrate on central determiners, which include articles, demonstrators, distributors, interrogatives, possessives, and quantifiers. Right? We'll discuss each one of them one by one. This would be helpful in your gap filling exercise. Generally, questions would be asked in gap filling form, or at times maybe as spot the error form in your examination. Now let's begin with, everything should begin with the definition. So let's begin with the definition of determiner. Articles, determiners, and quantifiers are those little words that modifies noun. The student, a college, the car. See, a car is a normal car, but a car and the car, it gets modified. Sometimes these words will tell us whether we are referring to a specific or general thing. The book, a horse, my kingdom. Sometimes they will tell you how much and how many, like lots of sweets, many chairs, a great deal of. That is the basic idea. A word or a group of words that introduces a noun. Determiner also identifies the noun, so it introduces the noun. Determiner includes articles, demonstrative, quantifiers, and possessive determiners. Determiners are functional classes, not formal word classes. Determiner is a word that introduces a noun such as a, and, the, every, this, those, or many. Right? The examples are there in the bracket for you to produce. Now, determiner, the is definite article and a and are indefinite articles. When we say the, we are sure about which noun we are talking about, while using a and an, we are not really specifically sure about which noun exactly is being discussed. The three articles a and the are the kind of adjective. The is called definite article because it usually precedes a specific or previously mentioned noun. It is required when the noun it refers to represents something that is one of a kind. The moon, the earth, basically the proper nouns which are written, which don't begin with capitals because they are one and unique, one of a kind in the entire world, like earth, sky, sun. We always are preceded with the. We use the when we already mentioned the thing we are talking about. Like a noun is introduced with a, and then we are sure about we are talking about that particular noun, we change it to the. She has got two children, a girl and a boy. Now, see, the first we use the indefinite noun, a girl and a boy. Now we are talking about her child, the boy, so it becomes the boy, a specific noun, and the girl's 8 and the boy is 18. We use it to talk about geographical points on the globe, the North Pole, the equator. So these are all geographic points and we use the for it. The is also used for geographic points. To talk about rivers, oceans and seas, the name of oceans, rivers and seas are always preceded with the. right? So whenever you mention Ganges, the Ganges, right? Or mountain, in case of mountain ranges, the Himalayas, the Alps, the Rockies, the Andes, the Vindhyas, with the Aravalis, we use the before the name of mountain, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea. These names, always these are proper nouns, although, but they take an article because they are unique in their type. The is also used to say that a particular thing or person being mentioned is the best, most famous. That means it is also used with superlative degrees. uh, Nothing can be, it becomes a unique thing in itself. When you go to superlative degree, nothing can surpass you. Either it is in case of best or in the case of worst, nothing can be surpassed beyond that. So again, the name of river, as you see, Lord is supreme. So whenever we use the word Lord, we use the, right? These are simple rules that if you remember, placing an article wouldn't be an issue. The is also used to refer to a time period, right? If you are talking about a specific time period, a group, a collection of time, then that represents one group. So we can use the in that. I was very energetic in the past. I can see the future. Right? These things we use for a specific time group. We use the. It is also used to indicate all the members of a family. The Guptas, the Smiths, uh, the Roshans. We can use for a particular family. It's a group, single group, and that consists of a family. So we use the in that case. Now we talk about indefinite articles. A and an are the indefinite articles. They refer to something not specifically known to the person we are communicating with. A and an are used before nouns that introduce something or someone you have not mentioned before. I saw an elephant. I buy a pen from a shop. Talking about, I was there going there in the morning. I buy a pen from a shop. The shopkeeper refused to return the change. Now, a shop has already been mentioned. The shopkeeper becomes a specific shopkeeper. So a definite shopkeeper, an owner of a particular shop from where you were buying a pen. So that's why it becomes definite. That's how we change it. And is used before singular countable noun beginning with a vowel or vowel sound. Basically, vowel sound is the ultimate rule. Vowel may or may not be true, but vowel sound is always true. An apple, an honest man, an issue. A is used before single countable nouns beginning with consonants other than A, E, I, O, U. A cup, a book, so on and so forth. The indefinite article is used before singular nouns that are unspecified. If it's not specified how many pencils, so we'll say a pencil, an orange. It's used before a number of collectives and numbers like dozen. Although it represents 12, it's a plural but noun, but used as a singular. A dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen. So dozen is a group of 12. So it is used as singular. Similarly, gallon is also a measurement unit and we use it like that. Now, furthermore, other uses used before a singular noun followed by restrictive modifier. A girl who was wearing a yellow hat. So now relative clause is being added over here. So it becomes restrictive. That's why we use again a. Use with nouns to form adverbial phrases of quantity, amount, or degree. I felt a bit depressed. We don't use a and with uncountable nouns. Milk, sugar, to be or single countable nouns. We have been discussing that throughout the video. Now, possessive. Words like my, our, your, his, her, it are, they are known as possessive determiners. They come before nouns and indicate ownership of the noun in question. As their names suggest, my leg hurts. Moise sold his house. So these are all possessive. The objects belong to them. Now, demonstrative, to show. The demonstratives, this, that, these, those, show where the object or the person is in relation to the speaker. This, singular, and these are plural. These are used for plural. Refer to an object to a person near the speaker. That and those refer to an object or person away from the speaker. It can be a physical closeness or distance, as in who owns that house, distant. In this Tashfeen's house is close. Now, demonstrative continued, or it can be psychological distances, as in that's nothing to do with me, right? This is a nice surprise. So you're getting a surprise, it's close to you, and you're talking about some issue that is not related to you, so you say that. The position of demonstrative is before the noun, before the word one, before an adjective plus noun, alone when noun is understood. So this is important. Demonstrative can be alone as well if the noun is understood. Now quantifiers. A quantifier is a word or phrase which indicates the number or amount being referred to. It generally comes before noun or noun phrase. Some, many, a lot of, a few are the example of quantifiers. Quantifiers can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns. There are some books on the desk. He has got only a few books. How much money have you got? These are a few examples. Now finally, this list would be very helpful. I would suggest you take a screenshot and save it in your cell phone, because much, many, all, or enough. First one, much is used with uncountable noun, many is used with countable, and both, all and enough, is used with both. Like uncountable nouns is a little, a bit, a great deal of, a large amount of, a large quantity of. Similarly with uncountable, a few, a number of, so on and so forth. And with both we can use some and any. Generally, some and any are used a lot, and that would be given as your option. So I think this would be all about determiner. Thanks for spending your time with me. Till I come with another video. All of you take proper care, and goodbye.